out the cage, we raising all of the stakes. Make no mistake, either you stay in your place or we putting you on a plate. Look at our face, we put the fear in the dirt. We had to struggle for change, pick up the pace. We put in infinite work, that's why we stay getting paid. Y'all running late, we moving on to the next. You still been stuck in the phase, there's no debate. We draw the line in the sand, we say it straight to your face. They underrate, till we put the team on our back. We took the city to state, what it's gonna take. Another S on our chest, another beat in the grave. We innovate, we always switching it up. They can't predict what we say. Come out the cave, they see the blood on our shirt. They see the teeth in the face. They watching tape, still trying to figure us out. They think we came here to play. They sending snakes, they trying to give us a curse. They want us taking the bait, but that's okay. We keep on dodging the bull. We keep on saying Olay, blocking the way, thinking we flipping reverse, but we keep rushing the gate, stopping the rain. We know they sit on the throne. It's looking easy to take. We not afraid. We put the fear in their bones. Ain't no more running away. They trying to trace. They trying to follow our steps. They trying to copy the wave. Boy, that's your name. That's why they keep getting curved. You gotta stay in your lane. They wanna claim that we not giving them work. Like this is minimum wage. Boys, you crazy. Why you keep feeding the beast? Now that you open the cage, nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Tell them, don't start. Nobody's safe. If you come in, please don't drop your guard. Nobody's safe. If you come, you're messing with a star. For my folks, for my mama and my pops. I don't care if you the cops, anybody could get boxed. If you aiming for my head, then you better take your shot. If you miss, then this fist gon' be cleansing your clock. I don't care if you the press or the feds or an op. If I stretch out these hands, they prepared to get robbed. If your friends said that you had a chance, understand that they probably was meant for your friends. They my fans. I jumped in the ring and I started swinging. Came from the jungles of drunken demons, fighting them off in the Coliseum. Studied and learned how to target weakness. That's why your team would do better beefing with someone else who was probably vegan. Touch me and lose every single finger. Touch me and watch how I turn the scene. We don't compete, I'm not in a class with Earth. My boys are down the ball if I say the word. The team is down the hall if I call the serve. I snap and best believe that I'm massacre. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Tell them, don't start. Nobody's safe. If you come in, please don't drop your guard. Nobody's safe. If you come, you're messing with a star. Nobody's safe. Nobody's safe.
Wow. How is everyone today? The alpaca. Wow. Look at the cute boy. These animals can traverse Urquapacha's steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill as much the same as our niche, same niche as our chocobos back at home. But ours can fly. We don't have alpacas in Eorzea. Alpacas are native to Dawntrail. Or Eorzea has chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack of beasts in the same place which ill suits its qualities and where it's not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and I was being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool, and one of them spat on me. It was the foulest stench you could imagine. I see. Why are they like to ride? Alpacas are bred as mounts. Bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing it. We're really doing this then. So was my information useful to you? Yes. Very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade, as you should know. They take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I will be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. Bow, 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 bow. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urquapacha, then that's what we should do.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urquapacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
So this is Urquapacha. I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear. Mountains everywhere you look.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Hello, Hrothgar. Hello, fellow Hrothgar.
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpello.
Oh, truly, I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal.
Mezcal. Is that a local beverage?
It's alcohol, but yeah.
It's an Urcopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
You had something else to say, didn't you?
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say. Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yeah. I think so too.
They do more than run the markets in Tuliolal. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Don't underestimate them. Merchants are very silver-tongued.
Down the path, off the main road. Don't get lost.
It's right there.
It's like trying to guide a child. Hop, 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 hop. This is it. Wanchon Bello. Wanchon Bello. Something. I did not read it all because I have it on auto advance. That's not good. You come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. But please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate, then, that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady. That's right. Come, Third Promise. My well-stocked shelves are just a few steps away. Finest lady. I like the sound of that. Alright. A quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Erinville, when did you... Ah! Shintona from far off Zaktoral. Is it Shaktoral? Shaktoral, sorry. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm in no need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise. Perhaps another time. Of course. My shop door is always open. You're saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelo people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wook Lamat fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight to the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us all take Erenville's words of caution to heart. Me, 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 me. Wookalabat is ready to search out the Dawn Serpent's Elector. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alize, and I will speak with the merchants. Wookalabat, you and Erenville might try approaching travelers and passersby. Leo, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Beep, 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 beep. Oh wait, I should probably grab the Aetherite while I'm here. Attuned. Bye-bye. The Dawn Servant's Elector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't care who sits on the throne, so as long as they keep Terrell peaceful. People do not tend to not be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is joy doubled, I say. Oh right, yes, you were asking about that Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but nothing much else. Our head ledger, Tobalai, could probably tell you more about it. Tobalai. Electors? Oh yes, I've heard all about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zoralja. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking. So I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Firm. Very well. You said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell that you're no supporter of Joral Ja or his policies. I mean, that's fair. Welcome. If it's an alpaca you need, then no further. Before you get you saddled up, I need to add your name to the register. It'll make things smoother next time you need a ride. I'm good. I just wanted to grab the porter. No worries. Okay, I'm just like walking through these agave plants. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, and be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you, and that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobalai, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobalai noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets. And then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobalai is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where their head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher. Well, the Alpaca Ranch is not far from here. Hang on 1 second, I gotta adjust my headphones. It's not far from here. I say we pay a visit before the others return. Da 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 da. Oh, that's a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. You got this? Aw, thank. Excuse me, is one of the workers Tobalai? But you're the best. Aw. Just let me know if you want to go do something, okay? I'll hop on over and help you out instead. I'm taking my time with Dawntrail, so I don't really mind going off and helping other people, so that I pace myself with Dawntrail. Excuse me, is one of the workers Tobalai? Tobalai? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. Can't tell you which one he is though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is Tobalai often mentions his favorite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could? Am I right? If you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Oh, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobalai a deal that he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we might think might be Tobalai. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great, we can meet back here and share our impressions. Alright, it could be anyone. Gotcha. Well, obviously I'm not Tobalai. I mean, oops. I should have said that. I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to meant to find out yourself who Tobalai is, or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. You think I might be Tobalai? Haha, well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. Am I Tobalai? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the right succession then? No, it's not you. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movement slow and deliberate. I think I know which one it is. It's that diligent one over there. I see we're both done with our interrogations. Who do you think it is? I have my suspicions. Let's hear your pick. It's the diligent one because he knows everything. How the fuck did he know that I was from across the salt? How did he know I was across the sea? I haven't talked to anyone here who knows who I am or where I'm from. So it's that man. Ah, the worker is so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off to our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. If it's anyone, it's gotta be him. We know it's you, Toblai, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for the confirmation of your true identity. I offer an offer I gladly accept. You have guessed correctly. I indeed Toblai, head ledger of Wachunpelo, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of the Glulol's Jaja's chosen electors. Aha! Something. I collect too fast. I was right to trust in your instincts. I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Toblai. And I'm glad she did. It would have been a pity had her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first.
Right. Not hard at all. Zorolja.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
You looked away.
You're Tobli.
Oh.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one. You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Okay.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example!
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said. Ah!
Ah.
The
Rough.
little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
Oof.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley braid like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching. The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the rite, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Interesting. I think I understand why already, but...
Very well. This won't take long.
Speed, agility, and all these other things are very, very surface level.
Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
That's true. What I was going to say though is one of the
So far,
keystones.
this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
Oh. What I was gonna say though is that trade is very important.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Trade is very important to a country's well-being and health, financial well-being. You need to be able to go down and do the work that the normal workers do, and as well as understand
The
the
third
amount
promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Startled yelp. Anyways, it does them well to understand the tediousness and the amount of work it goes into providing transportation and goods and trade routes to people across the land, because their primary transport is alpacas anyways. So it's very, very important that this quote-unquote natural resource is kept in in good health, if that makes sense. I understand it. I think that's the lesson trying to be taught here.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Let's go wash that nasty stuff on my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. You know, the funny thing is, I don't think that was a wise idea. I think you should have went into it while still having the stench on you, because they might acclimate better. One, because now you smell kind of like them, and two, because you probably get spit on again, and then you'll have to get another bath. So I think you jumped the gun a little bit. Well, come on. Hey, I saw that look. As Wuklamat helped me demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. Would you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Have you forgotten that we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you will need to find a saddler to make them on offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you an equivalent of 10 pel in the thousands column. You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Mayhap if we all pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case, that basket of wool is worth the sum that you paid me earlier, 1 pel in the hundreds column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something more suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture. You think I could turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. We're looking for 100 times more. Oh, right. I panicked. I got confused with the Alphanos of 1 million gil. Something tells me that Wuklamat's not really good with money. That said, I understand this now. This challenge is about understanding trade and money. and how a trade affects the nation, and how conversion rates may make, or it was not conversion rates, but just like somebody who's economically sound in the mind is pretty much. You need to know how trade works. Sure about this trading idea. You almost talked into buying a cloak that you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But God, I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Well, oh, hello again. Blue. I work here as a ranch head, but I also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wilklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she's free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Aw, that's really nice of them. This makes this a lot easier. I think that they're being very generous and kind, and they want her to succeed. That's really good. I'm so glad that there's people who are just there's a challenge, but they won't make it too hard for you as long as you ask for help. That's really nice, actually. That's like the professor giving you the book to do the test with. It's like, I'm not going to do the test for you, but here you can have the book. And if you have any questions, you may ask, because learning is all about retaining the information. And what better way to retain the information than having you just do it and find the information yourself? I like that method, honestly. It might be hard to like remember this way, but like it helps people along the path. It's easier this way, I think. I personally like this method of teaching. Hooray, let's see about getting you that settled then, with our promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Malblue. Wow, Malblue. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yeah, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Malblue gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly. Although, Leo, I think you should go with Wilklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars all over, the world over. You surely have sage advice to share. That's true. You're not wrong. In that case, you should hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you have nothing to bargain with. As if I do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool to Leo anyway. The better to keep my hands free. To begin, I suggest we try trading wool to Havali, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, but of course, it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Something I can do for you. We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. Saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? Blah, 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 blah. With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What does a saddle maker have for wool? What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mescal. I like to nurse a cup at a day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff, and you've got yourself a deal. Well, this bodes well for us, their promise. Such mescal can be had for 5 pel, only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. My saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mescal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at a 10,000 pel more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I support the man of ambition who sees my business prosper. Zoral Jal will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles, lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Shouldn't have said anything. Should just taken it. Should have just taken it. Shouldn't have said anything. I can't blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. That's not true. Could always have like a corral, or like, you know, just have a party, or I don't know, like stuff like that. Like there's business to be made with peace, with saddles. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when clans were at war. Many of the Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklumat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think of themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future. The second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like dirigibles and made themselves trade swift and easy. Then you have those like the Havalu and Kavalu, convinced that the first promise's plans for the conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Malblue? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when Yok Hoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'll better make sure that I win the contest. But the type of mescal the saddle maker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed. We'll just need to get on with it. I might not have a head for trade or stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tuli Yolal on the line. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, Jaden. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration, so let's try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade it at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Of course, the Weaver. Bull Knock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was there here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. But he already made a big purchase. Asking him to make another big purchase is crazy. There's no way he'd agree. Or at least I don't think so. You're gonna have to find him a buyer for his craft. If you find him a buyer for his craft, then this is me now talking business because business was my field of major. If you find him a buyer, he'd be more willing to buy the wool because now he has somewhere he can sell all of that and all of his craft and wool. Asking him to buy more without finding him a buyer is just like asking him to like make stuff in bulk. You're cheapening his value, the value of his wares. By making scarcity, you make his stuff more valuable. So it's, I don't know. It's just, you're just asking too much at this. But that's me. This is the spot. After Bull Knock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Ikluvo's inn. Most visitors to Wachinpelo and end up staying there. Let's go check, shall we? Can I have that basket, Leo? Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Well, Knock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? For a promise. You wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? I see. So the goal is to turn the basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Allow me to invest in your efforts. Oh, he does have money. Okay. Peace in Tural is what allows me to cross freely into lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledge to preserve that peace. Win the throne. Thus, I humbly offer you this wool poncho as a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. That's very generous, Bullknock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. If you can't find someone who agrees with your ideals, you can find another person who does. And it's someone who would pay a good hefty sum for it. That is the heart of trade. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Leo remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One you have instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Leo, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. Okay. I guess I'm carrying all this stuff. That's okay. I'm the I'm the third I'm the third Dawn. Oh yeah, a third Dawn servant. I forgot what the. Anyways, I'm her handbag. Apparently. Excellent trade. Oh my god. Success. You traded 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for 500 pel wool poncho. Okay. So we're trying to go to 10,000, right? Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should consider supply and demand. An individual an urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking for to stock his shelves. That makes sense. So how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That is a good one. A fabulous sense of style. These are both good answers actually. It depends. It depends on what we could get, really. That's an obvious answer, isn't it? We should look for a person without a poncho, and the hope is they're eager to buy ours. There you go. We find the demand for our supply. So, where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are a number of places. We could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. That's a good one. That's a good call actually. For interested travelers could offer something really nice. Who here needs a poncho? A lot of Mamuja hardly wearing anything to begin with. Those are probably Landsguard or sellswords. Mamuja are who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So even if they have bared shoulders, Mamuja carrying arms can be struck off the list. Okay. He's wearing one. Not that one. Not that. He's wearing one. He has a weapon. He's sweaty. He's hot. A disconcerted one. See, no cloak or cloak, but also no weapon. No coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade. I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliola. Oh god, I will never get that right. Yol. And was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. What a splendid poncho. This would be perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the haft's well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. That's not bad, actually. That's double. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me at even footing with any Pelu merchant. like the eponymous owner of Mipelu's mate garden, for one. Her fine hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with the tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad to have met you. I am to have met you. Man, who is this fucking easy to make money? It's not that easy to make money. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Mipelu's mate garden. Here we go. Yes, it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. These ones will be the calm type, right? Shrug. Excellent trade. Wow, what's a fine hatchet. You traded 500 pel wool poncho for 1,000 pel hatchet. Wow. Money making. This is fun for me. Because I'm an omnicrafter and I understand how this works. But this is a very dumbed down version of that. Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. I actually already am an excellent merchant. If I do say so myself. Wuklamat steals herself for the ride to find yourself the your next trading partner. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. With that, I suppose we should hop onto on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go? Let's mount up. Begin the alpaca ride. And off the mates we go. To the mates we go. To the mates we go. Please don't spit. Please don't spit. You're already riding on him. He won't turn around and spit you. You'll be fine. These ones are accustomed to people. I still don't trust them. You have a knack for riding, no matter what you say. Without our alpaca friends, we Pelo would never have become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way across Torel? I swear the mountain is too tall even. Something to be real. Warkor Zormor, wasn't that the name? A foreboding sight, isn't it? I've never appreciated it up close. You've taken the long way around the cliffs to get here, to the highlands belonging to the Yokkoi. So Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. I'm not sure that I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be a proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. Hey. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Iklavo's Inn, so we'll walk along the main road until we have returned to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn servant, weren't you? Third Promise? Third Promise is what the name was. Yes, that I was. Then perhaps you understand I was an orphan too. You see, Tobli took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle, if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Asking, add to the Wooklamat's way of people. Add that to Wooklamat's way with people, we should have no trouble making a favorable deal. That's Meeplu herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise, and let's get to bargaining. You have that little axe for me? Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Meeplu, the owner of these fields. I have in mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. This quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. The sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the 1,000 columns. Same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mescal. If I may, Mistress Meeplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them at a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. Oh, dang. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on our connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I believe that includes farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wooklamat. That is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair, given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Kona's reform comes about, I can always use more hands on the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the bargain. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Malibu. Leo and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then. Mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Good thing I'm a botanist. I know a thing or two about gathering leaves. Good quality. You brought me some leaves then. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fared before I make any decisions, though. We brought our share as well. Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade mate leaves. Premium mate. Something, something, something. I didn't know. You add this bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. My blue, what's wrong? As I was saying before, even after everything Tolbly's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting some a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tolbly to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove that I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, not because he expects it of me, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tural's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing. I wouldn't be surprised if Tolbly had the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right. It's better to find out for sure than worrying over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Well, duh. Silly goober. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. Well then. Next, what's next then? We should we try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to our 1,000 pel. No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I'll make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. Now that you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Kona and Zoralja? I mean, of course I am. I'm Klamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Success. You traded 1,000 pel hatchet for 5,000 pel sack of top grade mate leaves. I've never tried yerba mate. I really should. Lamont has her eye on a jug of premium mezcal. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Arenville's point. Ready then? Our next stop is the mezcal distillery. I don't know why they have to do the exposition of giving it to me every time. They could have just given it to me and then it would have been fine. Oh. Did you guys know these exist in real life and you can eat these? Yeah, they exist in real life and you can eat these. They're a lot like corn, from what I've been told. You have to get rid of all the like floury bits, and then you just eat the kernels on the inside. You cook them, you roast them, and you eat the kernels. A lot like corn. I've been told they taste really good. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Golbly. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around in the gossip and taking in the gossip. If you can talk to people here in the distillery, Leo, perhaps Woklamat can do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head to the north side and see what I can learn. There's not much I can say about Golbly, but I can tell you that what Golbly's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around the agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for the mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when the effects of the work, when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Yeah, that's true. Yelbija. Me? I'm a chef from Tuliolia. I've come here to buy Golbly's mezcal, the finest in Tural, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite. You understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It will be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Golbly might be deft at distilling, but he's got no sense for when it comes to appearances. Rumor has it that he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presents himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed at of the sun perch. So he doesn't dress well for occasions, right? He often offers his mezcal and uses it as a bargaining chip for when he does dealings. And there's monsters causing him to drive up his mezcal's price, and he can't enjoy the craft as it goes. So, what did you find out? Oh, we can make use of all these tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Golbly was working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go on ahead and I'll bring Woklamat. Yeah, business with me, sir. Why don't we talk down below, so as not to distract the alpaca from his work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief, if you would. I'm a busy man. We're on the markets for a three-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. Oop. Right. Ah, an excellent choice, but I must warn you, though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we have a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff, like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that? Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed, so why don't we just sit and chat over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you want to play first? Monsters in the agave fields. That's the big one. Let's hold on to that one. We need to consider our timing. Oh, okay. So timing, meaning you want to start with the easiest one. The chief's distaste for strong drink, then. We appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard that one of your regular customers, a Hobigo chief, is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer. Something like mate tea, for example, and brewed from the finest leaves, of course. Ah, you're right. Absolutely right. I had noticed a growing reluctance in the part of my Hobigo friend. I did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with that added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth the mezcal you're after. We offered to call the monsters to causing them trouble? Not yet. We'll keep that card up our sleeves until we need it. As you are aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with her presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be that your rumored invitation to the palace is to discuss that very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit that I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honor and opportunity if I am to secure the deal. Well, I think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared. The first impression is first impressions last. You'll be wanting to be wearing your very best when you talk to Shunsa. It would be such a shame to miss this chance of a lifetime simply for want of proper garments. That it would. Are you saying that you have garments to offer? Something ideal for a court? We have no garments in hand, I'm afraid, but we can provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bolknak, and his works are highly regarded in Tuliono. As a supporter of Wuklamat and keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtlessly be happy to guide you in a selection for an outfit for this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I should like to take full advantage of, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Say, weren't there monsters running amok in the agave jaws? That's a problem that we can easily solve for you. Truly, that would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in the saved expense and an introduction to his trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. All right, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Just give us a moment. Leo and I will take care of those prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introductory letter to Bolnak. The fields you are looking for are just north of Wachenpello. Be safe. Nope, can't jump that far. It's lower anyways. Okay. Alright, let's get to agave jaws. Well, Clement, I'm here. That should be agave jaws just over there. This will go faster if we split up. Come and find me once you finish clearing out your share of pests. Oh, it's right there. Compared to the creatures I hunted with Papa, this is no challenge at all. Come on, let's head back to the distillery. That's all left to give Malblue the sack of leaves and seal the deal. No, where we... Those monsters were no trouble for you, it seems. Now, if I could just have the sack of leaves. Here you go. Thank you for looking after our precious trading goods. Your monster problem has been resolved, Master Gobley. Here are the mate leaves and the written introduction to Blol Nock, as we agreed. Then the deal is done. Here, your jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years. Please accept with my compliments. Yes, we can finally have the mezcal. Great work, especially you, Mablu. You were the one who inspired me to come this far, I promise. Let's not celebrate until we have the saddle in hand. Mablu, is it? You drive a hard bargain, young peddler. I look forward to doing business with you in the future. Thank you. But truth be told, I'm just a ranch hand. For now. Should I ever become a proper merchant, though, I'll be back to strike more deals with you. Mutually beneficial. I personally like mutually beneficial deals. I don't like when somebody has the short end of the stick, and that never feels good. It always feels nice that when somebody gets something that they wanted and they're happy with it, as well as you get something that you want and you're happy with it. It doesn't feel good when somebody has to get the short end of the stick and feel like they're not getting they're having to make it the trade rather than like actually going, yeah, this is a great deal, you know, like. Hold on to it. Yep. Can you imagine if we dropped it and had to start all over again? Luckily, Havali's place is not far. We'll need to you just need to head across the plaza. Don't make jokes like that. Don't make jokes like that. I'd cry. This is it. The trade we've been looking towards. Phew, still in one piece. Time to make our deal. I don't like the way that you're saying that. Stop it. You're gonna drop it? Get your tools ready, settlers. We brought you your precious mezcal. Wait, you actually got your hands on a jug? But you had nothing. A few measly clumps of wool. What we had was an aspiring trader and a gift for negotiation. Although I sooner aid no claimant, but Joral Ja. I cannot go against the guiding principles of the Pelu Pelu. Trade is a fair one. I will craft your saddle, third promise. Great. Stay and wait if you'd like. I have all the requisite materials, so this won't take long. Your commission is ready. Catching a wild alpaca is never a simple affair, but you'll have an easier time with one of my saddles. Now, if you don't mind, I have other work that needs finishing. I can taste the smooth mezcal already. Did it! The saddle is ours! Don't start cheering yet. You haven't gotten the fucking alpaca yet. And to think we started off with only 100 pel basket of alpaca wool. Mablu, you're going to be an incredible merchant. Thank you. This makes me so glad to hear you say that, third promise. We got what we came for. So let's return to the ranch. The others will be waiting. And we got the taming saddle. Let's go. Success. You traded 1,000 pel jug for a premium mezcal for taming. The taming saddle. Good morning. Hi, how are you, Bite?
Hi.
Why are you okay? Are you just okay? Why is the good girl worried? Oh, I see. What a good girl. What a good girl. Did you have good sleep? Did you have good dreams? Tell me about them. Hmm?
I didn't dream. I fucking passed out.
Well, passing out can also lead to dreams sometimes.
I fell asleep talking to Shui, and then I don't remember after that.
Good girl, Bite. Good girl. Aw, the little giggle. Aw. Aw, you're so cute. Hey. Why don't you get ready, huh? Why don't you get up and get yourself presentable, you know? Once you're back, we can hang out or something.
Okay.
Good girl. That's a good girl.
I'm gonna eat food and I'll be back.
Hell yeah. You acquired the saddle then. Yes, and thanks in no small part to Mablu. Before you rush off to catch an alpaca though, let me teach you how to saddle one. I'll bring out one of our wild-born friends so you can practice. I know. This is something I need to learn. Great sunken gods, I did it. He hardly seemed bothered, much less inclined to spit, as if he was completely accepting of Woklamat's touch. Is that because of the singular scent with which the saddle has been coated? Alpacas find it very soothing. You know, I've never taken a good long look at one of you before, but you're actually kind of cute. You're now noticing that? Zoral Shah, he's back. Oh my god, that's a golden one. He's done exactly what he set out to do. The alpaca he's brought. Is it me or is it glowing? I've heard tales of such a beast. They say that a golden alpaca lives a solitary existence deep in the valley, where it shuns the company of both man and its own kind. Did he manage to snare a prize? How did he manage to snare a prize like that? A beast knows its betters. Faced with overwhelming strength, it will yield rather than risk death. An apt illustration of how greatly the power of the first promise exceeds yours, Wuklamat. Strength alone won't win him our father's throne. I'll be the one to find the Golden City, and then Tural can remain at peace. An everlasting desire for peace can only be forged in the fires of war. To unite as one, the people must be taught. They must suffer the horror and hopelessness firsthand. Exhaustion from prolonged conflict, the war wages war of merciless nature. These are what moves clans to join in the founding of Tuli Yoyal all those years ago. Hi, Nekopanda. Yes. What question you got? Consider the younger generation of this village. Since birth, they have basked in unbroken harmony, and behold, they regard war not as a tragedy, but an opportunity. Thus does the resilient son seek to provide education. He offers much needed lessons in the realities of conquest and renewed appreciation for peacetime. What makes a bear a dangerous animal? There are actually a lot of reasons that makes a bear a dangerous animal. Its strength and size is one of them. Its demeanor towards human beings, where they can be volatile or in a way actually attack on purpose. The strength of their jaw and their claws, their ability to be able to not use, but like they have a large amount of intelligence too. The answer is the letter B in bear. If you remove the bear B, it becomes ear. Ear is harmless. Okay, bye. What the all right. But ear aren't harmless. I mean ears aren't animals. No. You said the question wrong in the first place. What makes a bear dangerous is what you should have asked. You shouldn't have asked with the animal in it, because then then the joke makes no sense. What? Let me send him a message real quick. It an old joke, and I even forgot how the question was supposed to go. I only remember the answer. Oh my god! It just the joke didn't land because you asked what makes a bear a dangerous animal. You should have just what makes a bear dangerous. The joke doesn't land because ear is not an animal. You silly goober. It's true what the war leads, misery breeds, a longing for peace. But I have seen with my own eyes what becomes of a empire forged through violence you propose. The rebellions it spawned and the ruins it left behind. The Garlean Empire was a congregation of simpletons. The oppressed fought back against their oppressors, as well they should. Men are not beasts. Only a fool would seek to rule over all with the threat of force alone. This is why Gul Jaja did not elevate the Mamulja, why he treated all clans with equal respect. However, the first promise has his gaze fixed upon more distant horizons. He would not only unite not only Tuli Yoyal, but the star of its eternity, but the star in its entirety. What? Why? I need not explain myself to you. Oh, well done. Well done indeed. The first promise has completed the feat of gold with an appropriately golden flourish. May I present you your much-deserved keystone. He's always been like that, never sharing his innermost thoughts with me or even Kona. It's like we're not even family. I'll ponder Zorelja and his mysteries later. Right now, I think I need to think about finishing the feat of gold. I have my saddle. I practiced how to use it, so lead on where the wild alpacas roam. The valley of Orankanka is northwest of here. Come on, everyone. Even if we cannot enter ourselves, we can see Luk Lamat off on her hunt. Work. Oh, we have to go around. I'm excited for my first dungeon in Dawntrail. I haven't done any of the dungeons, so God, I want to fight something so bad. can do this. I know I can.
Good luck there, Promise!
Thanks. I'll need it.
Ugh.
Truth be told, still not sure about alpacas. I'd rather not go near one if I can help it. But if I'm to rule this nation, then I'll need to learn how to live with them. Tural is their home too. Right. I'm off.
So, shall we head back to the ranch, or...?
I'm staying here.
As will I. Wooklamart is alone in this. The least we can do is stand watch and await her return.
It may be a while yet. Help me pitch the tent.
Work.
Trust a gleaner to come prepared for anything.
What's a gleaner?
Someone whose job it is to travel the world and procure uncommon things for their employers. Erenville specializes in finding animals, I believe.
But aren't you a Shaitana from Shak Tural? Why did you cross the salt?
When I was much younger, the thought of leaving Tural never even occurred to me. But then, some years ago, my mentor tasked me with a difficult hunt. Something I could never find, she said, so long as I clung to the familiar. She suggested that I leave home, leave Tural, and join the Gleaners of Sharlian. As one of their number, I could experience the world, immerse myself in myriad cultures and customs, see the many faces of nature. And once I had learned what is truly important, I would find that which I seek. My younger self took those words to heart, and off I went to become a gleaner.
Her words alone moved you to leave behind everything you'd ever known? You must have great respect for your mentor.
As it happens, gleaner work was much to my liking. And I all but forgot why I had pursued it in the first place. Yet, events conspired to put me back on the trail I'd abandoned.
Wait, are you saying you were tasked with finding this city of gold?
I was. And though my hunt is now entangled with the right of succession, I mean to see it through.
Well then, I understand completely. We all have our reasons for seeking the Golden City. Which is all the more reason for us to work together.
Just so.
She should have been back by now. What if something's happened to her? We need to tell Tobli and arrange a search party.
Have more faith.
Wait. Do you hear that?
They did it.
Good job.
You're utterly spent. And small wonder.
Leo, what's up? What's up, Spectrum? How are
Well
you?
done, third promise.
The ranch isn't going anywhere. Take a rest in the tent.
I think I will. Thank you all for believing in me.
Of course. Bow, 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 bow. Mow, 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 mow. Mow, 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 mow. I'm so relieved that the third promise came back to us safely. The alpaca she tamed is a healthy looking beast. Surely this will be enough to satisfy the feet of gold. Give me 1 second. I want to double check. This is since we're talking about trade, right? And we've been doing trade this whole entire quest line. I kind of want to see Universalis and see how much these sell for. Cactar green, raptor blue, and then ice blue. You know, it sells for like a good amount. Okay. And then that sells for more. And then ice blue. That sells for little. We'll take the cactar. Thank you. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know why I'm lagging so much all of a sudden. That's weird. Have you checked out Once Human yet? No, I haven't. I did see some stuff about it. Like, it looked okay so far. There's nothing bad about it. Yeah. I saw some stuff about it, but I haven't actually gotten to play it or anything. Well, Clamont still seems a little bit unsteady on her feet. Hardly surprising after she spent nights chasing alpacas. You'll know why. You know what will melt away the fatigue like that? Fatigue like magic? Though, mate tea. I'll run to the ranch and get a pot brewing. That way you can take your time, and the tea will be ready when you arrive. As Mablu so wisely suggested, we shall set a slower pace for our exhausted third promise. I don't know why I'm lagging all of a sudden. If I click off of it, it runs fine. But when I click on it, it runs like ass. What's happening? Why am I running at like 6 FPS? I need to restart. I don't know why my game's running like ass, but I need to restart the game. I don't know why why my FPS is tanking all of a sudden. It was definitely due to Final Fantasy, so I have to restart it. It was a really weird bug. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Oh my god, what is happening right now? Alright. It's not just that. Okay, what's causing my FPS to tank? Why are you eating up my GPU right now? What is happening right now? Final Fantasy is taking 3% of my GPU. It shouldn't be lagging this hard. And it runs fine when I click off of it. The fuck? Its processing is supposed to be pretty high now, but it's still lagging.
I'm back.
Hi. I'm trying to figure out a bug right now. Or not bug, but like, I'm running into some issues right now.
No, holy shit, your frame rate, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm confused too. Because, like, this wasn't happening before and it just suddenly happened out of nowhere. But if I go like this, right? If I click off of my Final Fantasy, everything runs fine. Even Final Fantasy runs fine. But when I'm playing the game, when I click onto my Final Fantasy, it does this. Why?
I don't know. That's...
Yeah, it runs fine if I click off of it. If I clicked on my OBS, this is currently my OBS, so it's currently as the active window, right? But like if I click on to Final Fantasy, it goes like this.
weird.
I don't know what's happening and I can't play like this, so
Is it like chewing through your CPU or something?
no, because I checked all my my resources. My resources are fine. Across the board, my memory, disk, network, and GPU is fine. Final Fantasy is only taking 6% of my GPU.
Huh. That's...
It's odd.
really weird.
It's really odd. I don't know how to fix it. Maybe I restart my computer? Question mark.
Maybe. It's just weird that it's not like using anything.
Yeah, it's not
but
using
lagging.
but lagging. Yeah, the FPS just tanks for whatever reason. It was at 6 FPS for no reason. It's not using any resources, but it's tanking. And I don't know how to force it to use more resources. I set the priority to high and didn't change anything.
Did something change in your like in-game settings, like your video settings?
No, I was just playing the game and all of a sudden it decided that I wanted to tank.
Oh yeah, I know, but like maybe something happened with your like frame rate settings.
Maybe? I don't know,
That's
man.
the only thing I can think of.
Anyways, I'm gonna restart my computer just to see if it fixes the situation, okay? I'll be back.
Okay.
For everybody in stream and who's in chat, I'm sorry. It will take me a little bit to boot up my computer again and get everything set up, my live 2D and whatnot. So I will be back in like 10 minutes or so.